Myrrine Echochasm.
Myrrine Echochasm sat at her small wooden desk, the inkwell nearly dry, the stack of undeliverable letters a silent testament to the promises she could not keep. Each envelope, addressed to the long dead, felt like a weight upon her conscience. She longed for a way to bridge the gap between the living and the departed, to deliver the words left unsaid. One evening, a peculiar envelope arrived at the post office. It bore no stamp, and the return address was a name Myrrine recognized from the local cemetery's oldest gravestones. A note inside, written in a shaky hand, read, "For my sister who never knew. Deliver it, and you will understand." The letter felt warm in her hands, humming with an energy that was not of this world. It promised answers to questions she hadn't dared to ask. A path to make the impossible possible. The temptation to open it, to use it, was a siren's call to a sailor lost at sea. The rule was clear. Mail was sacred, never to be opened by the deliverer. But what if this one time, for this one letter, she could just peek, just a glance to understand the nature of the message she was meant to deliver? No one would know. It was a small thing, really. But the moment the seal was broken, the air in the post office grew cold. A faint, cold whisper, like a winter's breath, echoed from the opened envelope. The single sheet of paper inside was blank, but the address on the front began to fade, as if the letter itself was unwriting itself, unmaking itself because of her transgression. The choice was clear. Reseal the letter and deliver it as intended, hoping to undo the error, or throw it in the fire and hide the deed forever. But to do the latter was to admit the failure, to sever the trust placed in her. Myrrine took a deep breath and reached for the sealing wax. Her hands trembled as she remelted the wax. Each step towards the old manor on the hill felt like walking towards a precipice. The letter in her satchel felt like a lead weight. What if the recipient knew? What if the letter was a test from beyond? The fear was a living thing, clawing at her throat. The door was opened by a man as pale as the moon, his eyes holding the depth of centuries. "I've been waiting," he said, taking the letter. "One must be so very careful with the mail of the dead. A single misstep can unravel more than just a single soul." He looked at her, and in his gaze, Myrrine saw the reflection of her own fear, her own guilt, magnified 1,000 times. The man, Mr. Alistair, smiled. "Thank you for your service, Postmaster Echochasm. It was delivered as it should be. That is all that matters." He began to close the door. The choice was hers, to nod and walk away pretending the incident never happened, or to confess her sin and ask what it all meant. Myrrine chose to speak. The words tumbled out, a confession of her weakness. Mr. Alistair listened, and the grave behind him seemed to listen too. "An honest heart may yet be redeemed," he said, "even one that has strayed into the grey." Myrrine left, the letter delivered, her conscience clear but her heart heavy with the knowledge of the line she had crossed, and the one she had for now managed to step back from.